Welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you all kinds of election news, a street repair list for Ridgecrest, news of a special adoption at the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter, a special event coming from Ridgecrest Regional Hospital, today's gas prices, weather, sports, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Whitnick. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. Well, the big election news headline is Trump and Sanders won big in Indiana, and Cruz drops out of the race. Trump is now being referred to as the Republican presumptive nominee. Even the RNC chairman made the declaration last night. Chairman Reese Priebus called on the party to unite behind presumptive presidential nominee Donald Trump as Cruz announced he would suspend his campaign. He said it was time for the GOP to unify around Trump to defeat likely Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton. Trump praised Priebus in the way he handled the 17 different personalities since the beginning of the campaign. Trump said he's doing a great job. Trump won Indiana in a huge way, trouncing Cruz and Kasich. As a result, Ted Cruz has suspended his campaign for president. In his speech last night, he said it all. He said, "We gave it our all here in Indiana. We put everything on the field. However, the people chose a different path than what I'm offering." Cruz spent most of the speech focusing on uniting the party and defeating Clinton in November. He did not mention Trump in his speech. So that leaves the question as to what he will do in the future concerning backing Donald Trump. Trump's election night speech commended Cruz as a hard fighter and a good man, that the future is bright for Cruz. He said that Cruz was one of the hardest men he has come up against. He also complimented Cruz's family as being a very beautiful family. Trump also went on to state that every one of the previous 16 candidates that entered the race and have dropped out, that they are all great, highly qualified people, and that every one of them would have been a better choice than Hillary Clinton. So Trump is trying to bring the party back together now. I'll have the election results coming up in a few minutes. And with breaking news, it's being reported that Governor Kasich from Ohio will also be dropping out of the Republican campaign. So the Republican campaign is down to one, Donald Trump. Folks, we are witnessing history here. This election will be in the history books as one of the most exciting and unusual elections in history. Whether you like the outcome or not, this is one exciting election. And we still wait to see for the Democrat side to sort out as well. Now a reminder, don't forget at 6 p.m. Wednesday evening, the City Council will meet again at City Hall. The most important item on the agenda is that the Council will continue discussion and respond to questions raised at the April 27th Town Hall meeting regarding the proposed Timbisha-Shoshone Tribe development of a new casino within the city of Ridgecrest. This will be another opportunity for we, the people, to provide inputs. What would be beneficial would be for the Council to create a list of pros and cons to the project. Make a PowerPoint chart listing those points. Then everyone will be able to see the main considerations the Council will use to make their decision. And maybe, just maybe, we will get a chance to hear from the Council their thoughts and questions on the project. Again, you still have time to make it to the Council meeting if you leave now. If not, here's the rest of our news. Well, the Indiana election is done. Here's the results. Trump and Sanders won in Indiana on Tuesday. The election results show Trump with 53% of the vote, with Cruz in second place with 37%, and in last place, Kasich with 7%. For the Democrats, Sanders came out in first place with 53% of the vote to Clinton's 47% of the vote. This was also a decisive win for Sanders. All the polls showed Clinton was expected to beat Sanders in Indiana, but she was rather handily defeated. Delegates for the Republicans show Trump is at 1047, Cruz with 565, and Kasich with 153 delegates. For the Democrats, its new totals show Clinton with 2,202 and Sanders with 1,400 delegates. So Trump is almost 90% of the way to the nomination, and that puts Clinton also at 90% of the necessary delegates she needs to win. So now what happens to the Cruz supporters and anti-Trump people? Anti-Donald Trump Republicans are starting to consider whether their opposition to a Trump presidency is so strong that they would be prepared to fight him in the general election, even if it means helping put Hillary Clinton in the Oval Office. One strategy under discussion is to focus on helping down-ballot GOP candidates while sitting out the presidential race. A more drastic and difficult option is rallying support for a third-party candidate who could uphold traditional Republican positions, but would almost certainly steal votes from Trump. The establishment Republicans still are not able to recognize the anger the Republican base has towards the party. The Republican base is angry at the last 7 years of what they believe to be a president that has taken the country in the wrong direction and a failed Republican Congress that did not fight Obama enough. They let Obama get away with too many of what they perceive as illegal executive orders, circumventing Congress and the will of the people. So the dilemma came into focus Tuesday night, when Trump scored a decisive victory in Indiana over Senator Ted Cruz of Texas, prompting Cruz to say he was dropping out of the race, and now Kasich too. Despite an all-out effort by the anti-Trump forces to turn the state into a firewall to stop the billionaire's march toward the nomination. Some anti-Trump Republicans believe the current strategy shouldn't be abandoned until Trump actually wins the 1,237 delegates he needs to clinch the nomination. But he has now won 7 straight primaries, including the largest in a state where his foes spent millions of dollars under the belief that he was vulnerable. While establishment Republicans and self-described conservatives believe Trump is unelectable against Clinton, they don't acknowledge every pundit in the country was saying that when Trump started the campaign with 16 other highly qualified candidates, he would lose. One by one, they dropped out. The establishment Republicans just may be underestimating Trump's ability to beat Clinton. Just as the anti-Republicans spent millions and millions of dollars trying to beat Trump with negative, untrue ads, Clinton will do the same. However, those millions of dollars in negative ads did not work. He's proven that. It is just possible that Trump will shock the country and win the election in November. Trump is bringing in millions of new voters to the Republican Party. But Trump does have work to do to win. He needs to somehow bring in women and minorities. Clinton will offer exaggerations and lies of Trump's positions concerning women and minorities. So many people, both Democrats and Republicans, want an outsider to win. Clinton is not the outsider. She declares she'll just be another 4-year extension of the Obama presidency. Those are her words. Is that what outsiders want? Not likely. Now stay with us. After the break, we'll have some more election news and city news. Thanks for staying with us. Speaking of voting, here's a warning to everyone watching this. California will likely be the final determining states for the Republicans and impact the final results for the Democrats. It's just 5 weeks until the June primary in California. For the first time in many years, California is very important for both parties. It's looking like California could be the vote that determines the presidential nominees. For the Republicans, even though Cruz and Kasich have now dropped out, Trump still needs to get the minimum of 1,237 delegates needed to clinch the nomination. It's highly likely that California could be the ones that puts him over the minimum number. For the Democrats, while Clinton is leading, Sanders has not given up. He believes California could be a state he can win and actually challenge her at the convention. So they'll be campaigning here. Sanders believes that if he wins California, he could break up the Clinton hold on the superdelegates. Anyway, if you're not registered to vote now, you have time to register, but not much. To vote on June 7th, you need to register 15 days before the election day. So you basically have about 2 weeks to register. But don't wait till the last minute. Voter turnout could set records. We haven't seen this in years. You can pick up a registration form at City Hall, the post office, or libraries, or go register at the DMV. Or you can register from home via the internet. There's a button on the page that says, "Click here to register to vote." Again, this primary is finally our chance to determine a national election. By the way, there will be initiatives on the ballot as well. Some very important state and local initiatives. So, get registered. Be part of the process. In city news, the Public Works Department, along with the Street Maintenance Division and the contractor Environmental Concepts, is announcing that road work will be taking place in numerous areas throughout the city of Ridgecrest during the week of May 9th through May 19th. The Street Maintenance Division, along with the contractor, will be reconditioning the following roadways during the week of May 9th. Inyo Street from Ward to Aline, Kennett from Inyo to Downs, Bryan Circle, Fendrick Circle, Scott Circle, Marlene Court, Gateway Boulevard from Upjohn to Church, North Sunland from Ridgecrest Boulevard to Richard Court, and finally, Albert from Upjohn to Mariposa. The roadways will be open during this resurfacing period. However, there may be some side street closures to the main streets. The Streets Department is asking that the community use alternative routes during the hours of 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. The Public Works Department and the City of Ridgecrest thanks you in advance for your cooperation and understands that this could be an inconvenience during the resurfacing of the roadway. These roadways are being funded by Measure L tax dollars and tax allocation bonds. In a happy news story from the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter, we get this report. Recently, the fine people out at the shelter got to place a great dog with a very important young girl. About a year ago, the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter took in a dog from the California City Animal Shelter. It turns out the dog was a special needs trained dog. She can detect people going into seizures. Eventually, when the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter people were able to verify that in fact the dog, Chloe, is in fact trained, they started putting it on social media. It took a long time, but someone finally saw the advertising and came here to get Chloe. They came from Oceanside to get her. The family didn't realize how long it would take to get here, but the shelter stayed open after closing hours and waited for the family to get here. After a long get-to-know-each-other visit, including the girl's 2 chihuahuas, they went ahead with the adoption. The family had looked into buying a special needs dog, but couldn't afford the $18,000 cost. So this is a happy ending for a dog that had been in the shelter for a long time. But the fine folks here at the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter would not give up on finding her a good home. And it turns out it was an excellent effort. I want to thank the Daily Independent for the details of this story. And I want to remind everyone that if you're looking for a new family member, dog or cat, the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter is a great place to go find that special addition to your family. They keep these animals almost indefinitely until they get adopted out. This month they are having a special in adoption costs. The special adoption rates for all dogs is only $45. All cats are free right now. With the adoption, you also get a free spay or neuter voucher. All you have to pay for this service is a $20 copay for the actual neutering, which is a huge savings for the owner. The shelter's hours are Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, they have all sorts of wonderful dogs and cats out there just waiting for you to come out and meet. And as always, if anyone has anything they can donate to the shelter to help pay for keeping these pets available for adoption, you can help. They always need blankets and towels for the pens. They take donations of food or any other supplies you may have. And of course, cash donations can be made as well. This is a shelter that goes to the greatest lengths to save and place dogs and cats. For more information, contact the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter. Oh, and they have a Facebook page as well. Just search Ridgecrest Animal Shelter. And again, thanks to the Daily Independent for the details for this story. At times I think it's good for news organizations to work together to help worthy causes, such as the animal shelter. And hats off to the great shelter staff. You folks are awesome. All the way from the shelter officers to the staff and the PAC volunteers that help take care of the shelter. And if you'd like to be a volunteer worker, contact the shelter for an application and details. You can volunteer as much as you want, anytime you want. In news from Ridgecrest Regional Hospital and Hospice, they're announcing their 6th annual live butterfly release. It will happen on Saturday, May 7th. It will be held at 11 a.m. It will be on the Ridgecrest Regional Hospital front lawn area. This is an event to raise funds in support for hospice. The community is invited to help raise the funds by sponsoring a painted lady butterfly in memory of a loved one. The celebration will include the recitation of names, an inspirational poem, release of a painted lady butterflies, and a reception to follow. Enrollment forms are available at hospice or online at www.rrh.org, and you can mail them to Ridgecrest Regional Hospital, attention Tara Moorhead, 1653 Triangle Drive, Ridgecrest, California, 93555. For more information, you can call Tara at 760-499-3617. Again, this will happen on Saturday, May 7th. It'll be at 11 a.m. It will be on the Ridgecrest Regional Hospital front lawn area. Now, in KZGN's continuous effort to provide news and information you've asked for, here are today's gas prices for Ridgecrest and some surrounding areas. Well, since my last report, local prices have once again dropped. And the good news is we still have the lowest prices in all the areas we are monitoring. As of this morning, Ridgecrest is ranging from $237 to $299. Lancaster from $269 to $299. The LA Valley area $257 to $293. And the Bishop area $274 to $299. We have 4 stations at $237 per gallon. Tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for updates. We at KZGN always suggest you shop locally to support our local economy. Remember, when you pay sales tax out of town, you're helping those cities pave their streets instead of here. Now stay with us. After the break, we'll have weather and sports. Thanks for staying with us. Now here's Lane with the weather.
Thank you, Tom. From the National Weather Service, a slow-moving low-pressure system will bring rounds of showers and thunderstorms from the middle Atlantic to the southeast U.S. over the next couple of days. Some of the storms could be severe, especially over the southeast. Locally, heavy rainfall could pose a risk for flooding of low-lying and poor drainage areas. Temperatures across the nation. Carolinas at 71, Georgia at 69, Arkansas at 80, Northern Texas at 77, Arizona at 94, and Los Angeles at 59. And for us locally, tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 56, southwest wind 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Thursday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 77, south-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25. Thursday night, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 54, southwest wind 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Friday, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 73, south-southwest wind 10 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Friday night, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 53, west-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Saturday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 76, south-southwest wind 5 miles per hour. Saturday night, a 20% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 55, southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25. And Sunday, a 20% chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 79, west-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. And that is your forecast for the IWV. Now back to Tom.
Thanks, Lane. And now here's Tom Heck with sports.
And a very pleasant Wednesday early evening to everyone. Let's start with Angels baseball. They've lost now 2 in a row in Milwaukee. They're playing Game 3 as we speak in that series. Then the Angels will travel to Seattle to take on the Mariners after they leave Milwaukee. Now, the Dodgers had a good win last night. They were 10-5. Winners Dodgers now 1 game under 500. The Colorado Rockies playing 500 baseball on top of the National League West. Very interesting. NBA on Tuesday night, Golden State down by 11 against Portland, played a terrific fourth quarter. I mean, they locked them up defensively. Sean Livingston had a couple of great rebounds. I've never seen Golden State just lock a team down like they did for 4 straight minutes. Portland in the fourth quarter could only muster 11 points. Portland actually was outscored in that fourth quarter by 21 points against the Warriors. Golden State now leads 2-0 in that best-of-7 series. Tonight, Atlanta will be battling against Cleveland. Now, let's talk about the big dinner on Saturday night at Saracosa. I want to spend just about a minute or two on it. This benefits the Saracosa College Athletic Department. It starts at 6 o'clock. You can buy tickets at the door, $20 for adults, $10 for kids. The meal's worth the money. KC Steaks and Barbecue, the catering service, and they do a great job, great food. And we're also going to honor Burroughs High School football. We're going to honor the baseball team at Burroughs High School, League champions last year, the Emmanuel Christian League baseball champions. Trona High School, their boys basketball team that went undefeated in the High-Low League, along with Kern Valley High School. Kern Valley, another school that is in the service area of Saracoso. They won their league and they were the 5A champions. They had the coach of the year in all of Kern County. And all those folks will be honored along with an IWV baseball team. The 5th grade basketball league champions for the 8-game season will be honored. The Gateway girls and the Fowler boys. All that Saturday night along with door prizes. And Captain Jed McLaughlin from the Ridgecrest Police Department will be a guest speaker at the event. Dick Adams, who coached for many years at Saracoso, will return to give the award of the Alumni of the Year for Saracoso to Sammy Christensen. So it's a combined event, the Alumni of the Year for Saracoso and the community teams in the IWV and regional area to be honored on Saturday night. If you want more information, 760-384-6384. That's your sports for this Wednesday. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. All the KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. Now stay tuned for Ridgecrest Talk coming up next.